Hi guys, welcome back to Triple N, yet to another episode. I am so glad to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, you just don't know how much I appreciate your presence here. Kindly invite your other friends to subscribe, to like. You can share this content that we put so much effort in to be able to shoot and to be able to consistently bring you these episodes. I am so glad to just have you here on board in this 2023. As always, I will remind you that I just need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We are currently at maybe 300 or slightly over 300. Kindly support this channel so that we're able to ramp up the numbers and just get to 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate. If you've been enjoying the content that we've put out so far this year, just let us know so that we can continue to create that kind of content. So today we are going to talk about something that majority of the people struggle with. And that is strategies on how you can be able to clear your debt in 2023. So one, you have to begin by listing all the debts that you have. So you put them together, do additions from the smallest to the largest, or the largest to the smallest. So just have a list of the debts that you have and the people that you owe, or the companies that you owe, or just create that list so that one, you have it itemized, then two, you have a total of the total debt that you're looking to clear. That will be the first place for you to begin if you're really intentional and you're working towards clearing your debt. So once you do your list, make a plan of how you want to start making your payment. There are different ways that you can use to be able to start clearing your debt. So one, you can start by paying the list. So for example, you have debt A, B, C, D, E. Debt A is 10,000, debt B is 15,000, debt 3 is 20,000, like all the way there. So you'll start by clearing the smallest, that is the one for 10,000, if that is the least amount. You pay that one, clear off it, and cross that line, and you're done with it. What you need to do when you're doing your budget, you need to allocate a percentage of it to clearing debt. So that means that amongst your expenses, debt has to be one of them, because remember, this is something that you want to continuously work on so that you're able to clear all the debts that you have. And by debt, I'm looking at small debts, like for example, you borrowed maybe 50,000 to be able to start your business. You borrowed 10,000 because you had an emergency. Like that's the kind of debt that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about debt like saying mortgage, because those are long term, or maybe you're paying for your car, that is long term. So I'm just going to focus more on the short term debts that you can just be able to clear one off, or and just get over and done with them so that they don't continuously continue to eat onto your income. So start paying from the smallest debt that you have all the way to the largest debt that you have. And that strategy, I find it very good because it sort of motivates you that you are moving, even if the amount is small. It just shows you that you've made at least one step. So that is one strategy that you can use. Number two, you can use the strategy of the one which has the most interest. So you'll find that if you have a list of debts that you're supposed to pay, look at the interest each one of them generates. Maybe you've borrowed from a circle, you've borrowed from a bank, you've borrowed from a friend, you've borrowed from a mobile app, like all those things. Look at the interest each of those debts is accumulating. So the one that is not accumulating interest, you can put it at the bottom of the list. The one that is generating a lot of interest, you put it at the top of the list, because it means that this one which has interest is the one which is eating into most of your money. So make it a priority so that it can also free up your money to be able to pay these other debts that you have. So for instance, I have debt A, which is 10,000, but it is generating, like every month, the interest that I'm required to pay alongside the 10,000 is maybe 4,000. I have debt B, which the debt is 17,000, yet the interest that I'm required to pay for that 17,000 is 1,000. So you see, this one for 10,000 is eating up most of my money because of the interest that I have to pay alongside it. So I will make it a priority so that 4,000 can be free and it can help me clear the next debt. So another strategy that you can use to clear your debts is to stop saving. Like, say for instance, when you're doing your plan for the year or for the quarter, you've set aside some amount of money that you want to save every month. What you can do is stop saving for a period of like 3 months, and for those 3 months, what you actively do is to ensure that you are paying your debts. Because sometimes even if you save and you have debts, at the end of the day, you're going to dip into your savings to be able to clear these debts. So you can be so intentional and say, the first 3 months of the year or the first 4 months of the year, what I am going to do is to be intentional about finishing up on paying of all the debts that I have, so that from there you have more income at your disposal, and now you can even be able to save more or even save double. So say for example you had planned to save 5,000 per month. If you clear all your debts, umetoa your interest rate that you've been paying to these debts, you can even now be able to save 10,000, because it means in your income is much more free. It also means that the money that was going to debt repayment is now free, and you can even be able to now do more savings, so channel more money to your savings. The other strategy that you can use is to take one debt, like you take one loan or a debt to clear all the debt, so that now you just remain with one debt that you're servicing. So say for example, I have a debt of 10,000 from person A, debt of 20,000 from person B, debt of 30,000 from person C, all the way to D. In total, say the whole of that amount comes to 300,000. So every month, you are paying to different people, because you have like a lot of pressure that is coming from all sides, because person A is asking you for money, person B is asking you for money, person C is asking you for money, D, C, all the way. So what I would advise is you can consolidate all your debt to one. You look at the amount that is coming, it's bringing, if it's about 300, 400,000, whatever the amount, then approach one person or approach a lender who can be, in this case, I'm thinking an institution, if you're able to, or if you're in these stable banking groups, or if you're in a chama, or you're in a Xoxo, get one loan of say 300,000, equivalent to the debt that you have. Clear all these small debts that you have, and now work towards servicing that one loan. For me, I feel like that gives you sort of peace of mind, because not everyone is calling you, nipatile 2,000 yangu, nipatile 5,000 yangu, nipatile 10,000 yangu, you know, like it is allowing you to just now deal with one person, and you can be able to have it structured. If you are working, you can be able to do check off. If you are in business, you can even be able to plan yourself and say, week 1 ni ya kulipa ile loan, then the income that I'm making from week 2, 3, 4 now goes to other things. That is another way that you can be able to clear off your debt in a more peaceful way, as opposed to having debts all over and everyone and anyone is just calling you, asking you for their money. The other way that you can do it is to stick to a budget with your income. Like, that is the surest way of staying out of debt. You know how much money you make. Make a budget and stick to it. Like, there's no other way. In fact, in the first place, if we're sticking to the budget that we have, then we would not go beyond debt. But because sometimes debt is inevitable, like say for example, if you want to start a business, you may save up some amount and you need something to top up with, definitely you're going to need like a push somewhere. You'll need someone to support you with maybe like a 50,000, like 100,000, and like that. So we cannot run away from debt. But the surest way, unless it is good debt, the surest way to go around it is just ensure that whatever income that you have, budget for it, live within your means, and that way, even if you have debt, like nilenye ilikuwa imebidi. So the first place to begin is just ensuring that you have a budget. The last way I would advise, maybe for you to support you to just live debt free, is to increase your streams of income. Sometimes we get into debt because the bills, the expenses that we have, the demands of life are more than we earn. That is the truth. Like, you'll find that especially now with inflation, with the like increasing life demands, you still not able to generate enough income, like maybe from the income that you're earning, that is if you're paid, or income from your business, that is if you're an entrepreneur. So that is to say, like for instance, if last year I was earning 20,000 and I was by myself, and now this year I have 2 children, that means already my expenses have increased. Maybe my income is still the same 20,000. So definitely I'm going to get into debt, because the life that I was living with that 20,000, now that I have, say I have 2 children, I have a nanny, everything goes up. So basically there's no way that same income that I was earning last year is going to fit and suit my needs for this year. So that essentially means that, one, I will either have to invest in my skills so that I'm able to generate more income. 2, I look for another job, still that leads to generating more income. 3, seeing how I can be able to offer services that can be able to increase my income. So generally, the other good thing that you can always do to make sure that you are debt free, especially if you're straining when it comes to your income, just increase and diversify your sources of income, your streams of income, so that you're able to make enough to cater for your day-to-day expenses. So I think that marks the end of the video. You guys, let me know if this is content that you like. Let me know if you have other strategies that someone can use to be able to clear debt. If you've been in debt before and you have cleared it, let us know how you are able to like go around it, and how you're able to live debt free, or at least just remain with debt that is necessary, like for instance, if you are paying for mortgage, paying for your car, maybe paying for land, like those big things that maybe you of course need extra money to just be able to service them. So let me know, and let me know how you like this video. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, kindly subscribe, share this channel with as many people as possible, and as always, I love having you here and can't wait to see you guys for the next episode. Thanks and bye.